What's going on, you guys? Welcome to the Single Guy channel. My name is Lloyd. So today we're going to be talking about something that comes up a lot, and people don't normally ask me this question, but it's a question that a lot of people should be asking, because when you're going out, when you're trying to talk to girls, it's very important to get yourself into this state. In fact, if you get into this state, this is probably your best chance of getting, the best, hottest girl that you can possibly get. And that's the flow state. So if you get into a flow state, basically you're not thinking, you're not overanalyzing situations, you're not feeling awkward, uncomfortable, or introverted. You're just being yourself. You're not worried about the consequences. Everything you do feels like it's money. Every time you talk to a girl, she's interested in you. Every joke you make, people laugh. Now, it's very difficult for us to quantify like why this happens or the science behind it. But everyone who does well in this area knows that it exists. And in fact, it doesn't just exist when it comes to getting girls. It exists in sports too. When people get into a flow state, they start playing like crazy. If you think like Michael Jordan in the NBA Finals, he was definitely in a flow state when he was doing all the things that he did. So how do we replicate this thing when we're going out? So in this video, what I'm going to talk about is I'm going to talk about how to get yourself into a flow state when you're going out, whether it's to a bar, club, party, social event, whatever. How to get yourself into the flow state in a social setting, okay? And I'm gonna list all the things that I do to get myself into that spot. And sometimes when you get thrown off, when your state gets shifted, maybe if a girl turns you down, she rejects you or something like that, how do you bring yourself back up so you can get back into that state? Okay, cool. Before I get into this, if you guys are interested in working with me one-on-one, I have a couple spots open left for my coaching program, so fill out the form down below. If we feel like you're a good fit, then we'll get back to you. Okay, cool. All right, so let's start with the video. Now, when you're going out to a social event, bar, or club, a lot of you watching this probably feel a little bit nervous, or maybe some of you don't feel nervous, but when you get there, when you get to this loud venue, this club, this party, you're kind of feeling a little bit, uncomfortable. You're like, oh, there's so many people here, there's so many pretty girls, I don't feel totally comfortable with this situation. So how do you get comfortable? How do you get into a flow state where you're not thinking and you're talking to everyone? Okay, the first thing that I would do is I would try and start moving around immediately. Like before you leave the house, make sure you're not sitting still. A lot of guys, when they'll just watch TV and then they'll leave the house and they'll start that way. And then a lot of guys won't wait to talk to somebody until they get to the venue or until they get a drink or until they go to the bathroom. The longer you wait, the harder it's going to be to get into that state. And the more your energy is going to drop, because flow state is related to a lot of energy. When you're in the flow state, you feel super energetic. You feel like you have limitless power. Okay, so when I get in, I'm already moving around and I've already talked to a few people. Now, once I get into the venue, I go to the bar, probably gonna order a drink, maybe a beer or something like that. If I'm not drinking that night, I'll probably get like, just a soda water or something. And I'll talk to the first persons that are next to me, okay? I'll look at the bar and I'll see which people are probably gonna give me the best reaction, and I'll just go and I'll just shoot the shit with them. If it's a guy, if it's a girl, if it's someone who, is like a kind of a quirky character that I think might be fun to talk to, I'll just go up and talk to them. Doesn't matter, okay? The point is you want to get outside of your own head by doing things as quickly as possible. So I'll go to the bar, I'll start talking to, let's say I start talking to a guy, okay? Go in, start talking to a guy. Hey man, how's your night going? Cool, yeah, my name's Lloyd, nice to meet you. And then you just shoot the shit, talk for him for a little bit. Then afterwards, I'll be like, hey man, I'm gonna go to the bathroom real quick. Can you watch my drink? Cool. He watches my drink, I go to the bathroom. Then I start talking to a person in line for the bathroom. Let's say it's a girl or whoever. And I start talking to a girl there. I'm like, hey, how's your night going? Hey, it's going great, blah, 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 blah. Then we go to the bathroom, I come out of the bathroom. Then another person is standing nearby where I left my drink, and the guy who was there is still there, but he's a little bit off to the side. So I start talking to this new person who's next to my drink. We start talking, we go back and forth a little bit, shoot the shit, ask him how his night's going. Then the guy that I was talking to before comes back, and I say, hey, let me introduce you to my new friend. So I introduce them both. Then I see the girl that I'm talking to in the bathroom come out. She comes back out. I introduce her to the two people that I'm talking to. Now we got a group of 3 people that just met each other right now, and I'm the center of attention there, okay? So what this is doing is it's building up momentum, okay? Social momentum. I'm introducing people to each other, I'm talking, I'm moving, and the more I do this, the more, I'm not gonna say the more positive reactions I get, but the more positive reactions you get will help your state. It's just more about you doing things. The more things that I accomplish, okay, I met this person, okay, I introduced these people to each other, okay, I got this person's name, well, whatever it is, okay, as long as it feeds on itself. So the more that you keep doing this sort of stuff, you're gonna turn around and you're gonna realize, holy shit, like I know a bunch of people around here. You're gonna be walking through the bar, people are gonna be waving to you, people are gonna be high-fiving you, whatever it is, and you left the house by yourself, It's amazing. So hopefully what you've seen is what I do during the first 2 hours of the night is very different from what a lot of other guys do. What a lot of other guys do is they walk into the bar if they're trying to meet girls and they just kind of stand around and they wait for like a girl to come up nearby them, or maybe they'll go over and talk to a girl and they'll just like keep doing one after the other, one after the other, one after the other, one after the other, okay? And you're basically leaving things up to chance and you're not looking very attractive while you do it. So I spend the first 2 hours of the night to get myself into the flow state. That is the whole point of it. In fact, I do not care about getting laid at that point in time. I mean, if a girl's there and she's very available and I want to have sex, then I'll do it. But otherwise, I'm worried about myself, trying to get myself to have fun, trying to get myself into that social mode, into that flow state. So when 2 hours goes by and I've been talking nonstop to people, introducing people to each other, not only have I raised my social status within the venue that I'm in incredibly, but I've also made myself feel like, you kind of almost feel like a celebrity when you're in this area. Like I would imagine when I'm in a flow state, that's kind of what a celebrity feels like when they walk into a club and everybody knows who they are. Because everything that you do just feels great, because I've had so many good reactions. I know so many people in the place now that are connected to me. Like if a girl rejects me or she doesn't want to talk to me, I basically forget about it the moment it happens and I move on to something else. And that's really where you want to be. And if a girl, when women are in the bar, they're kind of watching to see what other people are watching. And if you're that guy that's in that flow state, that's talking to people like it's magic, and everyone seems to be like high-fiving you and like talking to you and stuff, then she's gonna really want to meet you, Like that's just naturally what people do. Men look at the girls that they want to talk to, women look at what other people are looking at, okay? And if you're that guy that people are looking at, that seems to be the center of attention, that seems to be in that flow state, that's having the most fun, that's talking to the most people, that most people are looking at, then she's gonna really wanna talk to you. So after 2 hours, usually what's going to happen is I'm going to see a few people kind of hanging around me. So I'm gonna see a few girls that are kind of in my space, and then I'll pick the ones that I like and I'll talk to them. Or usually I've met a girl previously in the night where I felt like there was some sort of a connection there. We hit it off pretty well, and then if I really like her, then I'll go back to her and talk to her. Okay, this is a lot better than you just walking up to a girl and sticking around her for as long as she'll let you and hope she comes home with you. Women don't like that. That kind of kills their vibe. It kind of kills their fun. But if you're the main attraction, if you're the center of attention, you are the fun, then women are gonna really wanna hang out with you, and it's a better deal for them. They feel, if they do have sex with you or they sleep with you, they feel more accomplished. Like it's like they won, okay? And you want to, that's the position that you want to be in. You want women to feel like they won when they slept with you. But too many guys, when they come into a bar or a social setting, they don't understand that. And so what they end up doing is they end up going by things that have a very low probability of success. And there is an element of chance even to this method. Sometimes I've gotten in the flow state and I didn't bring a girl home that night, and usually that's fine. Usually I met a girl or two who saw me in a really good position, who's very, very attracted to me, or at the very least I had an awesome night. Like once you enter the flow state, you're never gonna have a bad night. Okay, now let's talk about what happens when somebody throws you off. Like let's say you're feeling really good and some girl maybe spills her drink on you, or says something really mean that bothers you a lot. Okay, so now you're feeling a little weird, you're feeling a little jarred. You were feeling good before, but now you don't feel so good. What I'll do is I'll talk to anyone who I feel like is gonna give me a good reaction. So if I was just talking to a girl that I thought was really pretty, maybe I'll talk to a guy after that seems really friendly. Or maybe I'll talk to a girl that I'm not terribly attracted to, but I know is going to be friendly to me too, and we can be friends. And then afterwards, I'll talk to the girls that I am attracted to. So I'll kind of use people to bring my state up. And if anything bad happens, then I'll just use the people that I know that are friendly to me, that are cool with me, to bring myself back up. That's why friends are so important. But if you don't have friends, you can meet them out while you're out. Okay, cool. I remember the first time that I got into a flow state, I think was in middle school. And the reason why I say this is to illustrate the point what a flow state is that I did this dance for my talent show. It was I don't know if you guys have seen that movie Napoleon Dynamite, but the dance he did at the end of that, I did at my middle school, and it was right around the perfect time. So I became basically the most popular kid overnight at the school, and we had a dance later that day, and I remember walking through the dance, and literally everybody just wanted to talk to me. Everyone just wanted to like hang around me, high five me, whatever it was. I felt so good at that dance that whatever I said, I felt like was the funniest thing ever. No matter who I wanted to talk to in the school, the popular kids that wouldn't talk to me before, all of them wanted to hang out with me. I felt like the coolest kid on the planet. And then of course summer happened and everybody forgot all about that shit, and I drifted right back to the way I was before. But that's what the flow state should feel like for you guys. It should feel like, you should feel like you're walking through the club like a god. And hopefully if you watch this video, you'll know how to get yourself there on a more consistent basis. Start having a lot better nights, and start attracting a lot more women as a result. Okay, cool. And by the way, you guys, if you're wondering if there's other people that can go out with you, some buddies, some wingmen, I would recommend you check out my Facebook group. I actually answer questions a lot faster there too. Tons of people are finding wings, people to go out with them in their cities. So I'd recommend you join that Facebook group. The link is in the description below. Also check out my live training schedule. Right now I'm in Mexico City, but I'll be traveling to other Latin American countries too in the near future. I'll go back to the United States as well too. So take a look to see where you think I'll be and if I'm nearby you, or if you can fly out to me and we can do some live training there and I can show you exactly how to get into that flow state. Cool. Thanks a lot, you guys. Good luck out there.